I think we're live. I think we are.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
everyone, it's 7 o'clock. It's Heroic Episodes Live. I have my shirt on.
So do
Wait
I.
a minute. Is it we're having trouble streaming to Instagram? Why is Instagram always an issue? I don't know.
Good.
But we're still going to stream because we're live, and I have an
Yep.
amazing guest here, renowned photographer Barry Morgenstein. Barry, my favorite part of Barry is that he has a good heart. He loves our country. He loves our veterans, which is why he's an associate producer on our series in development, Heroic Episodes. And Barry also has a book out, Rock and Soul. And I love this book. I bought one for my brother for Christmas, but Barry, thank you for joining me.
Oh my God, so great to be with you. This is amazing.
Yeah, and most importantly, Barry, you are my friend of decades. We
Right.
go way back.
Yeah. So this will be a fun conversation.
Yes,
Just two friends chatting, having a good time,
yes. I have
drinking
my
some wine.
cheers.
Cheers. There you go.
I have white wine tonight.
Oh, there you go.
You know, I'm looking through your book again, and I'm just blown away because you really captured so many amazing, iconic music artists. But you didn't just take pictures. I mean, you actually captured moments and moments in history. Were you even thinking about that when you were taking pictures of,
Yeah.
Michael Jackson, B.B.
Right.
King?
Yeah. I mean, I guess I was, because some of them were my music idols I grew up with. So yeah, I'm like, you have to focus. Yeah. Like BB King, you're focusing, thinking, you have to be professional and be concerned about getting the shot. It wasn't always easy. So you're thinking of that. But in the back
Sure.
of your mind, you're thinking like, oh my God, that's BB King. So
When I saw
Or King,
these images of Chuck Berry,
right?
BB King, I
Yeah.
started to think about my mom because
Oh,
she
wow.
would,
I love that.
yeah, she loved Chuck
Mm.
Berry and BB King, and she would be
Yeah.
grooving to their music. And it
Right.
just, as someone's going through your book, Rock and Soul, what do you want them to feel?
Hopefully, just feel the music. Like the title, "Rock and Soul." I want them to feel the soul and the it'll bring back memories. I like some people said they felt like they heard the music while they were looking at some of the photos. So that's what I want. Same thing maybe that they get when they're listening to music. Maybe a similar feeling. I hope.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And it definitely brings you back to a time in your life because, like
Yeah.
when I see, Robert Plant or
Right.
any of these music artists, it just brings me back to a very specific time in my life, and
Yeah.
certain friends.
Exactly. That's what I'm hoping it does. Yeah, just bring out certain emotions. I think I said to somebody the other day, I want people to feel like I feel when I hear Eric Clapton's guitar solo during the Beatles "While My Guitar Gently Weeps."
Oh my God.
Yeah, so similar feeling maybe.
Sure.
Yeah.
So did you need a wide angle lens for Steven Tyler's mouth? He's like, so
Yeah, right. I was pretty close. I was actually really close, to him. So
that energy when you're
I know
capturing
that.
these
Yeah.
music artists, it must be amazing.
Yeah. No, that was an amazing show. That's one of my favorite shots too. So I think I totally
Beautiful.
captured him.
So I'm not only a fan, my husband John is a big fan, and you have many fans, but
I love
Billy
that.
Bob
Yeah.
Thornton is a
How
fan.
cool is that? Yeah. It
That's
doesn't get better than that. I mean, this is a guy. He's an actor, obviously very talented actor, but he's also a musician and a rock and roll fan. So having
Yeah,
him,
I didn't know he was
loving
a
the book is
musician.
pretty cool. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I didn't know Billy Bob was a musician. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
actually, we saw him open up for the Who just 2 months ago. I took Shelley to see the Who's final tour, and his
Cool.
band opened up, and they're a great band. He was humble. You could tell he was humbled to be opening up for the Who, and he kept apologizing for taking everybody's time. But he was the band was good, and we enjoyed it. And and I actually said to Shelley, like not long after that, I said, I would love to get this book in Billy Bob Thornton's hand because I just knew, again, being a musician and just being a really cool guy.
You said that, and then it happened.
I literally said that to her. Like I don't know if it was a few weeks after the concert or at some point, or watching his show,
Landman.
Landman. Yeah, we're watching.
Yeah,
I just said I would love to get my book to him. You know, there's a certain few people I really want to get it to, but he was at the top of the list, and it happened. So,
very cool.
and he
And
supposedly liked it a lot.
I was gonna say, like, Rock and Soul totally sold out, and you just restocked.
In Amazon, yeah, we have it in stock here, you know, and it's probably better to go through us because if you go through me or my website, you get a
What's
signed.
your website? Tell everyone in case they don't know.
Yeah, barrymorgenstein.com. It's easy. Just look me up. I'm
Awesome.
easy to find. But yeah, barrymorgenstein.com, and you know, you go right there and I'll sign the book or and put any message you want.
The pages are just gorgeous. I
Yeah,
mean, it's just really beautiful.
yeah. Well, my publisher did a great
Congratulations.
job. Thank you, thank you. Well, yeah, I think as you know, there's Bellis Books is the publisher, and the Bellis Books
Yes,
handles mainly veterans and military people. So it was an honor to be with them, and they were recommended to us. So yeah, they did a great job with the
they did
design,
a great job.
exactly
They
what I
did.
wanted.
So you started out rock and roll photographer, then you got
Right,
into photographing actors because
right,
when I was working under fives on all my children,
right.
um, for those of you that aren't in the film industry or TV industry, under five just means under five lines. So I was that one that would say, "Good morning, doctor. Here's your cotton swabs," or whatever,
Right. Yeah.
under five lines.
Or
Yeah.
some people know it as an extra. Is that the same thing? I guess
Yeah. Well,
a little more than an extra, right?
you get dialogue, you get
Right.
under 5
Yeah.
lines. So,
Okay. Okay.
you're
That's better.
not just in the background, you
Right.
actually speak, which is a big
Right.
deal, right?
Yeah.
But the casting director there, Bob Lambert, I was in his office, we were reading some sides, and I was admiring all the cast headshots, and he said, "You should really go to Barry Morgenstein and get your headshot done." And that's when I first met you
Yeah. That's
many
amazing.
years ago. Yeah, and we're still friends,
Yeah.
and
All these years. I love it.
yes,
Yeah.
and I love that, you found someone like Shelley. She's amazing.
I'm lucky. She's the president. I call her the president of rock and soul. That's
That's perfect.
I can do it without her. Well, she's the one who pushed me to do this. Who really, you know, I had people throughout the years. I always post once in a while on social media. In between my headshots, I'll post a music photo that I did, and
Right.
people say, "Well, when are you going to do a book? I'll buy a book if you ever do it." I kind of, you know, didn't really pay much attention to it. And finally, about 2 years ago, a year ago, Shelley said, "You have to do this book. This is your legacy.
I'm
People
so
want to
glad
see it."
she
And
pushed
yep,
you to that.
she
Yep,
pushed me and she encouraged me, and here we
amazing.
are.
How
Yeah.
many photographs did not make the book? Because you must have thousands of
What was
sluts.
that? Yeah, so I had to go through, as you know, it used to be film,
Yeah,
color slides, black and white negatives. So I had
yeah.
to put
The loop.
break out the boxes. Yeah, I had to actually buy a light box and a loop, which I threw out years ago to go through everything. So I went through thousands of photos, and we had to narrow down to maybe, I don't know, there's 100 and something pages, so over
That's
100 images, but yeah, there's a lot.
yeah,
So people are saying, when's part 2 coming out? So maybe a few years down the road, we'll do a part 2 because there's a lot of great images
absolutely.
that didn't make the book. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Well, I'm ready for part 2
Yeah,
whenever that comes out, but, definitely ordering a couple more books,
I appreciate
and you not only photograph actors, but broadcasters. I mean, really anyone that has a brand
it. Right.
needs a headshot,
Yeah,
and you capture, like when you just did my headshots, I had hundreds and it took me days to go through them, but there were so many good shots. It's
right,
hard to narrow it
right.
down.
And a good problem to have.
It is a good problem to have. And, not only actors and people in the entertainment industry, but of course, our military men and women you photograph. And
Absolutely.
you
Yep.
introduced me to retired Army Captain Leslie Nicole Smith. Where is she? Let's see if I could get her there. Oh, beautiful. I love that
I
shot.
I know, that's her personality. And
It
of course,
really is.
with beautiful Isaac with her.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was when you introduced me to Leslie, she took my acting class. I was teaching at your studio,
Right.
and that was back in 2012,
Mhm.
long time ago.
Yeah. Wow. I'll never
Pam
forget
says
that day.
hi. Hi, Lisa and Barry. Pam. Hi,
Oh, hey,
Pam.
Pam. She's great. Love Pam.
Pam is amazing. Before we jump into the veterans, I forgot this Whitney Houston shot. That is amazing.
Thank you. That's also one of my favorites. Yeah. That's
So beautiful.
yeah. No, I love that photo. So I think
The
it's in.
emotion in
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. And I sell this one's also I sell on T-shirts. So some of the photos in the book I sell on T-shirts. But yeah. But the
That's
thing about the book is, you'll get a variety. You'll get Chuck Berry, the father of rock and roll. You'll get B.B. King blues. You'll get pop, Whitney Houston. You'll get standard legends like Sammy Davis. You have rock and roll. You have blues,
right.
country, folk, reggae, R&B. And so if you're a music lover, you'll just really appreciate it. You'll find somebody in there that you really like.
I love that fun shot of AC/DC. It looked like they were in like an old school diner or something.
Yeah, it was a dive bar, I think, in New York City. I don't remember the name, but it was like a launch party for, I guess, a record they were doing. So yeah, so it was like a dive bar in the city. And
It's a
you
great
know,
shot. You
yeah,
could tell they were having fun.
yeah, oh my, yeah, they were. Yeah, they were. Yeah, they were still young back then. So
So moving on to the veterans, I mean, I just love Chris Peranto. When you took myself, Maureen, we went to
mhm,
PA to hear him speak.
right.
And I think there were like 800 people in the space.
Hmm.
And you could hear a pin drop when he was
Yeah,
speaking.
no, he's
It
a
was
great speaker. I could listen to him tell the story. The Benghazi story is as terrible as it is, but just the way he tells it,
yes.
it's riveting. He's a great speaker, very passionate, and
Hi,
amazing.
Mary. Hi, G. There, everyone's saying hi. Say hi, Barry.
Hey, everybody. I
I'm
can't
so
see the
glad
chat.
people were on.
Is that on Facebook, the chat?
Yes,
Oh,
it is. No, it's great. I'm glad they're
yeah.
on there listening, and if they have questions, they can ask or make comments. That's awesome. Chris Peranto, do you call him Tonto or you call him Chris?
I think Chris usually, yeah. We're one-on-one, I think, call him Chris.
So
Yeah.
when I consider him a hero. I know a lot of veterans don't like us referring
Right.
to them as heroes because
Right.
they just did their job,
Humble.
which is
Well, they're humble. That's the thing. That's why they're so amazing, is that they're humble. And Chris will say that. He'll say, "I'm no hero." I'm like, "Yes, you are, Chris. I don't care if you get mad. I'm calling you a hero." So
that's
they are. They are.
his back, right? That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Isn't that cool? I love that shot. I love that book.
Love that shot.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
When
Yes.
you are behind that lens, Barry, I
Mhm.
just have to ask you because in filmmaking, very similar, like when you're looking through that lens and you're feeling the emotion from whoever that person is on the other side of the lens. Do you ever, like with someone like Chris, knowing his story, knowing that he is an army ranger, he survived Benghazi and the combat and what he has been through, like, do you have a moment before you start clicking that it hits you and you just feel like, you know overwhelmed?
Yeah, I don't know. The thing is, I guess the best way to describe it is going back to the book and all the rock and rollers I used to shoot. So growing up, I wanted to hang out with whatever, I wanted to be with Mick Jagger or Jimmy Page or whoever. Now, but today, these guys to me are the real rock stars. So these are the
Yeah,
guys I'm hanging out with. Now I'm more like, oh, these are the guys I really look up to. I'd rather hang out with a Marine or a Navy SEAL or whatever, than a rock than a rock musician. As much as I still love the musicians, but to me, I look at them as the real heroes and people that I
right.
look up to. So it's just an honor to be, and yeah. When I first met Chris, I was shooting. It was him, Tig, and Oz from who was featured in 13 Hours of the Benghazi, the real life guys from the Benghazi story. And they
Right.
made a movie about them based on their book, but the book had only been out. They hadn't even done the movie. So the three of them, I was the first one to do their official publicity photo. So they came to the studio, and I knew somewhat about the story. So it was pretty cool. And just like, it was an honor. And then I became fast friends with all of them, but, became really close with Chris, and we're really in touch to this day. And so, I even knew when I photographed them that day, I knew Chris had some, I knew he was going to be remembered. He was going to be, on TV, or just, he had that personality. He had like star quality. I had to say, he probably not like me saying that, but he does. He's got a great personality, and he's a funny guy. He's funny as hell. Like a lot of the military people are funny. That they've got that great sense of humor, and like,
Yeah, I remember that when he did his book signing in New York City, it was
oh,
packed. There was a line,
for
all around the
yeah,
restaurant or wherever
yeah.
it was. Yeah. Um, Vera says, "What an eye for art and feelings." You're right, Vera.
Thank you,
Absolutely.
Vera. Thank you.
Vera. Cat Walsh. Hey, Cat Walsh. How
Oh,
are
hey,
you? And here's another favorite.
yeah,
That's
yeah, I was
beautiful.
hoping you'd show that one. So this one's kind of a combination of well, it's talking about military and the book and shooting concerts. So this is one of my all-time favorite photos. Is obviously this is Gary Sinise, the
Yep.
lieutenant
There's
in the
Gary.
Lieutenant Dan band, which is a great band. So this was I forget what year it was. It was a Memorial weekend, and he was playing. I think this one was in New York. I photographed him a few times.
Okay.
Um, and I volunteered once for the Gary Sinise Foundation and another veterans organization that was down in South Carolina, and I shot some live shots. But I think this one was New York. And I don't know. I love this photo because
Great
obviously you
shot.
can see you're capturing the military the military guys having the best time. They're doing a selfie in front of Gary, and so obviously I captured it. And to me, I always say my favorite compliment of my photos is I've gotten a few times on this is people have said it reminds them of a Norman Rockwell painting, and Norman Rockwell is my favorite artist, so I'll take it.
It really does. It has that quality of like a painting, one of his paintings. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Thank you.
I
Well,
love
I
it.
appreciate it. I hope so. I appreciate it. But just also, and like you, I have such admiration for Gary Sinise. It just
Yes.
what he does for the veterans is just incredible. He's
Big
like,
fan.
yeah,
I was really nervous, but at the
mhm,
same time, so excited when I spoke to him
right,
on the phone. I
right.
had 45 minutes to tell him about my veterans drone training program.
That's amazing.
And
Yeah,
he
that's good.
asked me all the right questions. It was amazing. Yeah.
All right, that's great. Eddie
Eddie,
Gallagher, former Navy SEAL, who went through a tough time. He had uh,
yes.
got a raw deal, which we won't get into, but he did get a pardon, and he's did nothing wrong. He was just a hero, and he has an amazing wife, Andrea, who I photographed too, and there she is. Oh
Very
yeah, yeah, Andrea and Eddie, great team. Just
great shot.
as I
Was
know,
this
good to have a strong woman by your side. So Eddie's the same situation,
yeah.
So yeah, so
Was this the shot you used for his book? Or
there is a shot in the book. I don't think this one was actually. So actually, honestly, I forget which one, but there's a lot of great ones with him solo, with both of them solo headshots, a lot of the shots together. So
and
yeah,
this is a beautiful one.
yeah,
I love when you photograph the women in the
right.
military. That's
Yeah,
really
I love that one. That's yeah, I don't know what to say. I love her in uniform.
yes,
Very dramatic photo.
it is. But it looks the color to me looks saturated, like velvety. It's beautiful, rich color.
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
I don't know if I'm using the right terminology.
Yeah,
I say
that works.
saturated when the color feels really like
It pops. That's
yes.
the word. It pops.
Amazing, Barry, really.
Thank you.
I'm sure there's so many more that you have.
Yeah, yeah.
Gonna-
Well, that's another thing I've thought about in the past of doing another book down the road. Maybe my patriots and military people. So something to think about.
I'm trying to get you back. Chris is probably watching me. Wait, how do I get you back? Where are you? I don't want to leave.
Did I go somewhere?
No, you're there.
Oh,
You're
okay.
there. Here we go.
Oh,
See
I'm
that?
back.
I
Hey,
did it.
hey. I
And
didn't
I
know
see
that.
you have your
Glad to be back.
heroic episode
Yeah,
shirt on tonight.
we match. Great shirt. Everybody should get one. It's great quality, comfortable.
They're
I'm
on
not,
our site,
I'm not for an
heroicepisodes.org.
advertisement.
Yep. And so every Thursday I'll be doing this. And Barry, I'm just really honored that you came on tonight.
Oh,
We've
yeah.
been friends a long time, but
Thrilled to
I
be
don't
here.
get a chance to share you with others and brag about your work, you
Yeah,
know.
I love it. Brag away.
So why did when I said to you, join us, the Heroic Episodes team, why'd you say yes? Why do you want to be
Oh,
part of Heroic
that was,
Episodes?
yeah, that was easy. Besides us being friends, and I won't do anything to help you, but I mean,
Yes.
as you know, and a lot of people know, I'm just a big patriot, supporter of our veterans and military. So this is like a perfect show. When I first saw the first episode, and actually, I'm not sure if it was the first one that you kind of elected me to be a part of as a kind of an actor.
In
next to
Brooklyn. Yeah, we were filming
yeah,
in Brooklyn.
he said, "Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, you're gonna be in this scene." I'm like, "Well, I'm not an actor." And then I had to sit and not that I don't think I had any lines, but I was sitting next to the talented Michael Mazzio, so it's a little intimidating. You put me next to a really good actor, a guy who knows that act, but I guess, but it was fun, and uh, but besides that, just yeah, it's gonna be a great series, and it's an important series. It's gonna, like you say, it's gonna employ veterans. It's gonna
Yes.
feature important stories about veterans. So what better than
Hi, Charles. Say hi to Charles Thorpe. He's home healing. So glad you're doing well,
Charles?
Charles.
Hey,
And
Charles.
Bad Rob is on here.
Oh, Bad Rob.
He's saying hi to the goat. That would be you.
Yeah. Thanks for all the goodies today, Rob. We're enjoying them already.
And of course, your beautiful wife, Shelly. Bad Rob. That's great. Yeah, Bad Rob is also making jelly and jams, and he's amazing. He's
Yeah,
multi-talented.
he is. I didn't know he had that, actually. I didn't know he had that
Yeah,
too. Yeah,
he says
he's got a great book too. He's a
he
man of
does
many
have a great
talents and a very nice guy.
book. With heroic episodes, why do you think it's so important that we capture these stories? Because as you said, we'll hire veterans. I mean,
Right.
they're the best cast and crew we could ever ask
Right.
for, especially,
Yeah.
in filmmaking, something always goes wrong, and veterans have the skill set to adapt to a film set, and
Exactly. Yeah.
they don't
Yeah.
they don't lose their cool. They follow the mission through.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, that's who you want to be in the trenches with. So if something goes wrong, you want a veteran with you. So
Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, there's like so much not great shows on these days of quality and of importance, and something that's really going to be for the veterans. I mean, how this it's a very small select, I think, that really honor the veterans. So it's something we need, and so we're always grateful to the veterans. So
Yes.
any way we can say thank you to them, and a series honoring them and employing them doesn't get
Thank
better than
you, Rob. Rob's excited about the drone program and about heroic episodes. He loves the entire idea of the series,
yeah.
and Rob is a
Something that is doing the
perfect
drone.
yeah, he's a perfect example of a
Yeah,
veteran that we're putting through drone training, and then
exactly.
while we're on set filming, that offers Rob an opportunity to come on set with us to use his drone cinematography skills and get some of that great drone footage for us. Um, yeah, I'm very excited about it, but I can't wait to have you on set and Shelly and
Oh yeah, we're excited.
get filming the pilot episode.
Yes, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Not wait.
Did you ever have anyone in your studio that once they got there, it was a disappointment because you were so excited about shooting them, but then once they got there, they were a little bit like maybe a diva or demanding?
No, I can't say in recent years that I've dealt with that. No, I really haven't. Nobody that I really was excited about. Luckily, they've always just been, especially with the military veterans. They're just
Yeah.
always nice people. I've never been disappointed with that. Of
What
course,
I love
in the past I've had incidents like we can go back to soap operas. I can certainly have funny stories with those if you want to talk about divas, but that was funny. Which that's that was long ago though. So,
back
but
in the day.
I didn't have any great expectations then. So it was
Yeah.
whatever. So it was a
You make everyone feel so comfortable in your studio. And I think, whenever you're ready to shoot, there's an excitement that surrounds that energy. And I think that you just have the ability to make everyone feel at home and
yeah.
relaxed.
I
And
appreciate that.
yeah, you do. You
I
really,
would just, as you know, we have music playing. The music's an important part. So we always
Mhm.
have the music playing, candles going. If they're in makeup, we have makeup artists that are just they'll chat and make them comfortable. But I always talk to people, whatever they're there for. I'll find out. I'll talk about what they do, and I think for a photographer. I'm pretty normal. I'm like a regular guy from New Jersey, so I'm not like
yes, you're
I'm not
very
the
laid
crazy
back,
artistic type of guy. A lot of photographers can be a little wacky or maybe a little over artsy, and I'm
a
just
little
like, not me.
eccentric.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Not me.
Ronnie Marmo, our producer on Heroic Episodes, is saying hi all. Hi, Ronnie.
Hey, Ronnie.
Gonna have you on here, brother.
I saw him perform. Very talented man.
Yes. Lenny
Yes.
Bruce.
Yeah,
I'm
Lenny
not a
Bruce.
comedian. I'm Lenny Bruce. Yeah.
That was a great show.
We'll have to go back and see him again.
Yeah, I
I
would definitely want to see that again. That was
I
we
saw it about 6 or 7 times, and
really
I could see
yeah,
it
no, it's
20
a show you
times.
can see over and over. So
Yes.
when he comes to town, people should see it because he's
Maybe we can get Ronnie, in your studio.
yeah, that'd be great. I love
Yeah.
it. I love it. I love shooting talented people too. So
So, Barry, what with your legacy, let's talk about your legacy years from now. Oh, Rob is so nice. He's saying we are selfless. We love our veterans. We love
yeah,
what we're doing.
absolutely.
Yeah, it's not work when you
Yeah,
love what you're doing, right?
absolutely. No, absolutely. And then people like Rob is that he's the perfect example. Humble. You'd never know
Humble.
what he's done for our country too. So he's just a humble guy, and just
Yes.
we're grateful to people like Rob.
There was a moment when we were filming The Shades in New Jersey on this farm. It was 98 degrees, and one of the Vietnam veterans, really tall guy, big
Mhm.
brawly guy, came up to me afterwards, tears in his eyes, and said, "Can I give you a big hug?" And I said, "Of course, my God, thank you for being here." And he said, "You know, Lisa, we felt forgotten. I felt forgotten.
That's
My
amazing.
brother, we
Especially
felt
Vietnam
forgotten."
veterans too. I can imagine.
Yep. And he was like, "Thanks so much for having us on set." And that's when Leslie, my relationship with her, because of you, Barry, you connect me to amazing quality human beings. You always do. And I'm grateful. I just want to take a moment to say I'm really grateful for
Yeah.
your friendship and all these years, and like meeting Leslie really broadened my advocacy work
Mhm.
to include veterans and to start to learn about their world, and what their challenges are and what their inspirational stories are. So because of you, you opened up a whole new world to me.
Oh,
and
well, that's very
and
nice.
having them on set, that's when I
Yeah.
really learned that, wow, they love the camaraderie of being
Right.
on set.
Right. Yeah. So I'm excited when there's more to come. I definitely want to be there,
Yes. Oh
hang
my
out with
God, yes.
and take photos.
They're all saying hi to each other. I love it. It's fun. Like, we're having a party, but they're
Yeah,
having a party over there.
I don't know what they're drinking.
So yeah, well, white wine.
Yeah.
What do you want? Here's to you. Cheers, cheers.
Look,
Ching ching.
have a
What
great night.
what do you want people to say about you? Years go
Me?
by, someone picks up your book. Yeah, what do you want your legacy to be?
Hmm. I think I just heard my wife laugh upstairs.
She's
uh,
laughing.
uh, well, I don't know. I guess that I was, I learned from my dad. I do everything with integrity. Hopefully,
Yes, you
and my
do.
business with integrity, honesty. Um, that I was a patriot. That I loved our military and veterans. Not to hate to keep repeating it, but that's just
Yes.
I'd love to be remembered for that. And yeah, we might have to get Shelly on to say what I should be remembered for. She'll never come on though. But yeah, hopefully, and hopefully my photography. Yeah, that would be nice. If I'm
Absolutely.
remembered for my work, that would be cool.
What do you got coming up? Tell us what you got going on,
Um,
because I know you go to Virginia,
yeah,
Washington,
excuse me. Yeah, so Virginia's next week. I go to Virginia twice a year, and I do a weekend of headshots. We have the whole team,
Okay.
hair and makeup, my assistants, and have that's coming up March 7th and 8th, next Saturday and Sunday. We're almost sold out. But if you're in the DC, Virginia area and you want to get a headshot, we have 2 spots left. So, I look forward to that. Excuse me. Really excited that back to Tonto.
Yeah,
I'm teaming with Battle Line Tactical, which is, his group where he trains people to shoot and I guess defense, and that he works with law enforcement, I believe. But anyway, so basically we kind of teamed up.
there he is.
Yeah, there he is. And so the deal is that anybody buys a copy of Rock and Soul, they are going to be, and they put the words Battle Line into the or Tonto, whatever works, either one. We'll
Right.
put it in a raffle. I think March 31st or April 1st. It's on my site. We're going to have a raffle, and I'm going to announce the winner, and that person wins
Look,
2 days worth $600 of shooting with Chris Tanto Bronto,
Oh,
and
wow.
so like I said, I may just buy my own book and I may rig it and just win myself. Just no, I'm just kidding. But people, because
Well,
I would love to do that. So it's a great offer
we
for
have a couple birthdays coming up with friends, so I'm ordering 2 books. So
yeah
when I order it, I put Battle Line.
right,
That
right.
will put me into the contest.
Yeah. So this it's like where they ask you what you want something want me to sign under the
Sure.
autograph, but above that just write Battle Line or Tonto, and it's really generous that they're offering that to
I think
so
that's great.
no, it's great thing. I hope to do that with them myself one day, but we're gonna
Yeah,
have a lucky winner, and I will announce it in about a month. I think the end of March we're gonna do it. Um,
exciting.
yeah, I know. So that was great. Just that was through Jeremy Mitchell. He helped set it up too. Also, an amazing guy who works with Chris,
Okay,
um, and that they just do great work. And it's an honor for me that they wanted a team with me to do that. I mean, it's.
sure. And that sounds like fun. I know Rob, Bad Rob, you're going away with Chris, one of those tactical training retreats, I'll call it. Phil Cook is on here. Phil Cook is going through our drone training. Him, Rob, and Maggie, we have 3 new veterans who will be going through drone training. So I'm
Nice.
just seeing them pop up. Frank Sean Johnson says, did anyone ask Barry what is the most prized photo he's taken?
Oh,
That's a good one. And you
ah,
just, Sean said, Frank Sean Johnson just shot an audition. Oh, he's saying you're the most awesome buddy.
oh, I love that. He's so great. I appreciate
So
another
what
great
was
another
your,
great veteran that I was honored to shoot. We had a great time. My stepson was at the studio. He helped out. He was my assistant for the day, so it was
oh,
great.
Leo was there when
Yeah,
Frank was,
he was
okay,
holding that day. Yeah, yeah. It was when
awesome.
he first moved here. We brought him along to see the studio, and so he picked a good day to come in to meet
So
a great.
what's your most prized
Yeah,
photo?
I guess I'd
That's
be. There's a few. I would say the Gary Sinise, to go back to that one.
right.
Um, I don't know. It's like again, I would just go back to a lot of the military. I hate to keep repeating it, but again, a lot of the veterans. It's just an
Sure.
honor to photograph them. I mean, I have the photograph I took of President Trump and Bibi Netanyahu. Not to
Oh,
get
wow.
political, but that's my one of my favorites too. Of course, there's some of the music in the book. It's like McCartney being a big Beatles fan, and now Paul McCartney's on the cover of my book. Um, the Chuck Berry shot is like to me is like I'm a big rock and roll historian, I guess. Like I would call it historian light, maybe, but
Yeah.
big fan. So he's the father of rock and roll. He's the one who originated it all, and I got to photograph him at a
It's
very.
hard to have one favorite,
I
right?
know, yeah. So I'm throwing out a couple that come to my mind, that just kind of
Yeah.
stand out. Because I've had so many great subjects, But yeah, so
Frank Sean Johnson. You should have been a comedian. Wrong answer. Should have been me. LOL.
I almost said that. He probably wants me to say his headshot.
Yes.
Yeah,
You do photograph well, Frank Sean Johnson,
he
but
does.
it is,
He's
but
very.
the photographer has something to do
Yeah,
with that
he
too.
made my job easy.
Yeah. So barrymorgenstein.com, that's where they can find your book. Do
Yep.
you also have your calendar of shoot dates that are coming up, headshot
Yeah,
dates?
about the weekends I have on the website again. Yeah, so March
You
7th
do.
and 8th. And but yeah, and they can see all my work, my headshots, my music photos, the book. Um,
Yes.
I have a YouTube channel if people want to see videos behind the scenes at the studio, interviews, testimonials, our video of our book launch, 2 book launches that we had in Virginia, and then the one that you came to in Morristown. So
Yeah.
a lot of information.
And I saw you have a book signing coming up at Barnes and Noble
Yeah,
in
in Clark, New Jersey.
Clark, New Jersey.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's on my site. I keep forgetting that date. It's March.
March.
I'm hoping Shelley will yell down the stairs, but
I'm
the
looking.
date. But it's on the website. It should be
It's
on the
on,
website.
yeah.
And then
Cat,
I've been doing a lot of interviews on TV, a lot of podcasts. Been busy
you've
with
been
those.
doing a ton. Yes.
Yeah,
Thank
I've
you
been
for
lucky.
doing this with me.
Yeah,
You're a
why
busy
not?
man.
This is the most important one. Be
Kat
with
Walsh
friends.
says Chuck Berry is Tim's favorite, her husband, Tim. I know Tim has a
Oh,
guitar he
nice.
plays.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know he's a music guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Shelley just yelled down March 23rd. Is
March
that
21st, you will be in Clark,
21st?
New Jersey for your
Yeah.
book signing at Barnes and Noble.
All right, it's good to know where I'm going to be and when.
Yes,
I
good
should
things
know these
Kelly's keeping you on track.
So I couldn't do this whole thing without her. She runs everything.
It's a
I just
lot.
sign the books and she does everything else.
Pam Arnell says, "Who is someone you want to do photos for but haven't yet?" That's a
Oh,
good
that's
one.
a really good question.
Yeah,
Uh,
on
you
your
know,
wish list.
yeah. I mean, well, let's start off with the entertainment. Maybe the actors. Al Pacino's my favorite actor, so he's always at the top of my list. I know these are things that'll never happen, but like somebody like Clint Eastwood, I would love to get in the studio. Just
Yeah,
actors like that.
sure.
I always draw a blank, but I know there's other people. Yeah, you know what? And again, we're going back to the military again, but I would
Yeah,
love to photograph Medal of Honor recipients. That would be really cool to get. That I think that's like kind of a
that
goal
would be
of mine
amazing.
is to get some Medal of Honor recipients in the studio.
Yes.
Um, yeah, and I'm trying to think entertainment wise. Who else?
Have you photographed any World War II veterans?
No, no, I haven't. And yeah, that would be because as you can probably see behind me, I'm a big World War II
I
buff, I
see that.
guess, or,
Yeah.
whatever you call it. Just I love war. That's all I read is World War books on World War II. I love the documentaries, movies. So I have behind me Dick Winters. I don't know how to do that, but he's
Oh,
Dick
yeah.
Winters was featured in Band of Brothers. He was
Oh,
the main character. That's the real guy. That's a signed photo from Major Dick Winters, who's
okay.
also he's one of my heroes. And somebody I wish I had photographed. I have
Sure.
all books about him, books that he wrote, the Band of Brothers books, written by the historian Stephen Ambrose. And next to Dick Winters, we see the the Sullivan brothers, which a lot of people don't know that story, which I've been fascinated by their story since I was a kid. Those are the five brothers who enlisted after Pearl Harbor. They insisted on being on the same ship together, and the
I
Navy
didn't
warned them, "You really shouldn't have. We don't like to put brothers on the same ship in case
together.
obvious."
Yeah.
And it went down. They were torpedoed in the Solomon Islands, all perished, and after that, no brothers are allowed to serve to this day. So
Oh, wow.
I actually ordered that photo from the Navy Department years ago.
So many beautiful stories like that. Y'all come to Texas, says Bad Rob.
Yeah, I know he's trying to get. We're dying to come see him. We will
Yes.
one day. We will.
Maybe you could coordinate a day of headshots in Texas and work in a visit with the day of
Yeah,
headshots.
yeah. I think we've talked about that too. But now that
Definitely.
I know he makes such good jam, we might just have to get down there quicker.
Oh, for sure. Barry, you are one of my closest friends,
Thank you.
and I'm so glad that we are still able to do this. And most importantly, as an artist, I think that you've really been able to capture iconic figures in music, entertainment, broadcasters, you know, actors, but just to me, what makes you special is your heart because you are able to connect easily with people, make them feel at ease. And not only that, as you're photographing, you always show what when
Right.
you show an actor, I know for myself,
Mhm.
and I'm sure Kat or Sean, anyone on here will agree that when you turn that camera around and go, look, this is what you look like.
Right.
It just builds your confidence and it makes you just go, oh wow, I look like that. Okay,
Yeah.
let's do this. Let's have fun.
I do notice. I mean, it does because sometimes I will get people who are very. I can tell they're nervous. And
Yes.
um, and yeah, they're just a little tense and nervous. But as soon as I turn the camera around, I do get that reaction, which is nice.
Is there a story behind Barry's passion for veterans? That's Vera asking.
Yeah, actually, that's interesting. I think I started going back when I was a kid. I used to watch World War II movies. I love World War II movies. I would go in the living room. My dad would be watching Patton probably once a month. He would watch the series World at War, a famous World War II documentary, and I was always like kind of stopping and watching. And then I started watching these war movies. And and then learning about Vietnam. I was aware of it kind of. I'm 64, so the late 60s, early 70s. I was old enough to be aware. I remember seeing on TV. I remember seeing the casualty numbers that would come on at night too. The Vietnam
Wow.
War. I think when I was in third grade, I even wore a bracelet for a Vietnam veteran, which I wish I had to this day. I don't know what happened to that. I don't even know how I had that. But yeah, so from a young age, I just became, you know, proud of our military, I guess too. So
Yes.
yeah, and
Well,
just yeah,
that's
to this day, just love watching documentaries and
good
reading about.
question, Vera. Thanks
Yeah,
for
that's a
asking.
really good question. Yeah,
Yeah, it is. Yeah, so it's not something that just, most recently you start doing. It's been a passion
yeah,
and,
mm-hmm.
an honor to
Yeah,
photograph our veterans. Yeah. And that's
absolutely.
why we are so honored to have you as our associate producer on Heroic
I'm so
Episodes.
excited about that. Yeah, thank you.
And at the end of every episode, we'll honor our fallen soldiers as well. We must remember them, honor them, and just, like that story
Right,
you just told, I would have never known that about the five brothers. And
right.
we
Yeah,
want to preserve the history of our
mhm.
veterans and tell the inspirational stories and share,
Yeah, and
share those stories.
there's so many, so many.
There are. That's
Yeah,
why TV series is the only platform that can
mhm.
handle the vast amount of stories.
Right. Yeah, no, that's true. Shelly just bought me the coolest gift, by the way. It just reminded me. It was like it's enclosed in a case, and it's actually a wire that was on the beach of Normandy at Omaha Beach on D-Day. So it's an
Oh,
actual a wire that was actually on the beach. You know, that I guess the
yeah.
Germans put down to like barbed wire. So I had this really cool. I mean, it's just like a fascinating, you know, historic piece to
Yeah.
have from that day, from D-Day, from the
Yeah.
actual Omaha Beach is just
Shelley, you find the best
I
gifts.
yeah, I still don't know where she found that.
She
I
has such, like everything has meaning and
right.
it's just, that's
Yeah.
beautiful. Very
Yeah,
beautiful.
I love that. I just love stuff like
I
that
just
too.
want to read what Phil Cook said because it's really every day is a day of gratitude to remember our fallen. Yes,
Mm,
Phil. Absolutely.
well said, well said. Yeah, and
Barry, anything?
I always say those of us who have not served the country, it's our duty and obligation to respect and honor those who have.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. It's definitely not, it's a small percentage that serves. I mean, and
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
you know,
and we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them.
amen, for
Yep,
sure.
yeah.
Much, much respect, much gratitude. Barry, anything that you want to share before you leave tonight?
No, just great being with you. I would say you're like my sister, so this is fun. It's
Yes.
just great talking to you. Great being on with you, and I'm looking forward to see what happens with heroic episodes. I really have a good feeling about it. I think
Oh,
the buzz is getting run around, and more people are hearing about it and or intrigued by it. So that's good.
yes, it
So
is a good sign. And I think,
I,
it's about having that being relentless and not giving up and just believing in something and seeing it all the way through. Yeah.
absolutely, yeah.
But I
And we,
can't do it without friends like you. So
uh,
thank you.
thank you. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you for
Yeah,
capturing, honoring our heroes and for being one of mine.
oh my God, I love that. That's sweet. Thank you. You're the best.
Charles Thorpe is saying thank you both. I've known Lisa through her advocacy, her drone program, learning more about Barry from Lisa. Yeah, Barry's amazing. And
Thank you.
Charles, I
Thanks,
know
Charles.
you're on the mend. This will give you a great, great,
Medicine,
yeah,
a little rock and soul medicine.
yeah. It's like chicken noodle soup.
Yeah, exactly. This is the new chicken noodle soup.
Oh, everyone's saying such beautiful things. I love this. Keep
Oh,
up the
yeah, I
great
wish I could
work.
see.
We
So,
will, Barry. I'll toast to
yeah,
that.
yes, absolutely. I can't wait to see you and John too.
Yes, we look forward to seeing
Yeah,
you, Shelley. We'll see you soon. You have a great night, and thanks again. Thanks
thank you.
everyone for
This is great.
hopping on.
Thanks,
Thanks,
everybody.
Ronnie, Pam, Rob, Shelley.
Bye, Cole. Bye,
Good
everybody.
night.
Thank
See you
you.
next Thursday, 7:00.
Yeah.
Heroic episodes. Good night, all.
See you all. Thank you.